What is up, people? This is Elder Tenchi, and today I'm going to be doing something I haven't done in a while, an album review. I was hyped about Gorillaz' new Humans album, and I got my two friends over here, Alucard and Kyo, and we're just going to break down what we liked about the album, what we didn't like about the album, and what we can hope for the next one. So, alright, so Humans, what did we think?
I thought it was fantastic.
Alright, what did you like about it?
You know what it sounded like to me, to be honest? In the future, when we embrace this cyberpunk future, the only album that's gonna survive to that time is Humans. Because I'm like, it has that really electronic sound, and it's talking about all the political stuff. I'm like, this is our future now.
I feel like it's like the Rebels' new anthem, like the Resistance anthem.
That's why it's gonna survive.
Yeah, because it's just like that song you would bump to when you are
cocking your gun, get ready to go assassinate.
No, see, you know what I feel like? I feel like that album is just gonna end up being Watch Dogs 3's soundtrack, really.
What?
Just like entire Rebel concept.
Alright, so before they released this album, they released a bunch of singles, right? One of those singles being Saturn Bars, which ended up becoming like our theme in the car, you know?
Right?
But then later on, you got stuff like Andromeda, you got Moments, which I have to say I was not expecting the change up in Moments, because that's the one with De La Soul featured on the track.
Yeah.
And it's such a bouncy electric dancehall track that I did not see them on. I saw them more on the
You didn't see it coming.
Well, I didn't see it coming. None of the stuff on the album except for the singles I saw coming. Because the tone just switches, and that's one thing I love about Gorillaz. You can't predict them. You cannot put them in a bubble. You can't put them in one genre. So the people that they chose to be featured on this album, like Popcaan, who I didn't know much about until Saturn Bars. I think I listened to a few of his things before, but now I'm interested in hearing more from him.
What I like kind of was the concept that they brought back some of the original people they worked with in some of their older albums.
Mm-hmm.
Like De La Soul.
Yeah, like they took a lot of new twists on the album.
They took risks with
True, but
Is it really much of a risk for them though?
Thinking about it.
Really?
But with their music, it's like, especially this album, it's like you're bumping to it, but then you realize, oh, this is an album talking about all the wrong things in our society.
But
I kind of feel guilty bumping to this.
But they put it on top of
I should take this more seriously, but damn, I just want to dance.
Yeah.
Just about and that's one thing that we talked about when we first had our first run through of the album. It has the tonal switches like this. The first few tracks, they just want you have to dance. Like you can't stop yourself from dancing. And then after that's like the first half, and then the second half, that's the toned down half of the album. And it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means from the beats that they chose for this one compared to what they started out with is a total switch. And okay, have you guys seen because we got the iTunes version with the bonus tracks, and really I would recommend you doing it. 26 tracks, it's just beautiful. But the album art. So the album artwork goes, it looks the most human. So I think, and that's one thing I really like about it. I like the tone, I like the style, and they, you could tell they've aged a few years, especially Noodle, who started out as a kid and now she's a full-grown adult. And I can see some of her fans be like, "Oh my god, my little Noodle grew up. Oh my god, she's hot." All that stuff. I'm like, okay, that's creepy, but I get it all at the same time.
You know what, I'm curious if they're gonna do that hologram thing like they do with some of the
Vocaloid.
Yeah, like with Vocaloid, like what they did with semi-recently Tupac Shakur.
Yeah.
Like if they're gonna do that with the Gorillaz.
They did that in some of their concerts. They've done the hologram thing before. They've also done puppets. They've done silhouettes.
I'd be concerned about the puppet thing. I feel like they'd be looking a little creepy.
Yeah, but you don't think they look creepy already?
Especially
No.
for marionettes, that'd be worse.
Yeah, oh my god.
But does anybody have a favorite track on the album?
Everyone already knows me and Kyle's Saturn Bars, though.
Saturn Bars, Moments, Andromeda. What's that other one with Pusha T? Man, shoot, I need.
You know what? There was a song I did like more than the others, but I don't know the name of it.
Do you remember what it sounded like?
To be honest, no. I've heard the album once. I need to listen to this more and more.
That's the thing. This is one of those things where you have to listen to it a few times to get everything. Not just the switch up in tone, but the lyrics. Because
They wrote it.
During the campaign, as if Trump was going to win the presidency, and there's like, we want to make a party album about this, about the fear that we feel is coming from Americans. And they went into the studio like that. There's an article on it. Go read it. Go find it. Stop being lazy. Go read for 5 minutes.
Oh,
Shame.
dang!
She should have just dabbed at the end. Shame.
But
And like, you definitely, like, it is a party album, and there's definitely, it captures the fear of America.
it seriously does.
Not the discrimination, but just in general fear.
This is something as a person like me, I'm the cyber hacktivist. I really do feel like this is going to be an album. See, let's be honest. He was not just an activist. He was a straight up murderer. We can't be doing that. There's laws that prevent us. I mean, it's a 2-hour drama, theater. Okay, yeah, it was boring.
Based on a graphic novel, taking a lot of liberties with it, but it became
Based
really
on
popular.
an actual historical band. Yeah. Somebody had way too much fun with that movie.
And we just went way off topic.
But as a person who I'm very out there with a lot of the political issues, and I do keep tabs on everybody in the political sphere. This album, I will have to say, did hit a lot of points that during the campaigns in the election, I was really concerned about. But more so, I feel like also this is going to be something that you're going to listen to during your protest or during your rebellion. Because it's just something fun that even if a cop walked by, he would start dancing just because it's just that kind of fun of an album. But at the same time, it does promote a lot of good issues.
It promotes issues. It's politically charged, but at the same time, it's fun and it's what you expect from Gorillaz, and a little bit of what you don't expect, like the De La Soul thing. But honestly, I would recommend this whole album, not just the singles, but I would recommend the entire album to everybody. I'm not just trying to, be a fanboy and say I'm completely, this whole thing is completely perfect.
No,
But
you know what song I had an issue with now that I'm looking at the checklist?
what's up?
Sex Murder Party. I kind of had an issue with that song.
Was
Because in the beginning, the beat, I don't remember if it was slow or something, and then it became really fast, and I was like...
Yeah, that would mess with you.
it just messed with your head when it came out
No,
of
it's
nowhere?
not that it messed with my head, it didn't sound good. That's the thing, it didn't sound
Like the
right.
mix didn't sound good?
No, because it was like, okay, I'm expecting a solo song, and then it just changes, and I'm like, you know what, I'd rather if you had kept it slow. Don't fuck with me like that.
See, I feel like with this album, and it's kind of like a lot of their other albums where there is some sort of back motive to it. Like there's something relevant that's happening in today's society with a lot of their albums, and not even if it's like the entire album like this one, but like in Plastic Beach, some of their songs, especially in the music videos, were very charged with issues that were happening then. I'm glad they actually took that concept and just made an entire album, which I feel like they should make a kind of movie out of it.
Speaking of, okay, so that's a good segue. All right, so they did announce before the actual release of this album, they did announce that Gorillaz will be finally getting their own animated show. And I'm wondering to myself, what would that be like? I remember back in early 2000s, their website was full of their shorts. They had a bunch of shorts, and they eventually ended up on MTV and MTV2, where it was just them doing regular things, like, and by regular I mean just really weird for them. But judging by the video for Saturn Bars, where they go into a kind of a weird haunted house, and
That was a cosmic house to another. That was a house made of a cosmic being.
and Russell gets molested by a friggin' his spirit, and it's so weird. But
Anybody else automatically their brain went to what is that movie with Seth Rogen and like they brought a ton of special guests. This is the end.
This is the end.
Where what's Jonah Hill, that scene
Mhm.
when he got basically raped by a demon.
Oh jeez.
That's what I started thinking of. Like when I saw that, I was just like, are they trying to say something here?
Maybe.
Are demons just kind of naturally?
Demon seed creep! Oh my god, do we have to get Khalil to tell you that story?
Oh no.
Khalil tells it great.
That was ridiculous. But Gorillas with their own cartoon show finally. I could see it on either Adult Swim or Netflix.
Yeah, I was about to say if they try to throw that up on like some sort of
Tsunami.
prime time or like regular kid level stuff, I'm gonna be sitting here like,
But this
did
is
not
not
get
a-
away with this.
But this is obviously not for that demographic though, you know?
True, but I mean, like even the younger kids, like they can get into. And when I do mean younger, I mean if you are 16 and up, because below that, some of their things just be getting onto levels of no. They have no issues of throwing up some homicidal boat murder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at you, Malakani Hill.
No, but honestly, when this actually comes out, because the only thing that we know is they're finally getting a cartoon show. We don't know what it's going to be about, but just judging from what I've seen before, it'll probably be in that same vein or maybe a little darker. I'm not sure because because the band itself, and we're talking about an animated band here that can be as weird as they want to be.
Like Metalocalypse.
Oh my god! No,
I'm
sorry.
hoping it's going to be way better than them. I mean, anything
Well-
could be way better than them.
Well, the creators of Gorillaz, they had no issue going way outside the bounds
No.
of reality.
Mhm.
And we can expect to see some very creative, but yet very just narky things.
I hope there's going to be some timey-wimey stuff.
Some timey wimey.
Well, I mean, they even dabbed at that in Saturn Bars with that entire space scene where it kind of warped in on itself.
Yeah, and the floating pizza and the weird.
Pizza Steve.
Oh no.
That's not my baby.
The other thing I'm thinking of when I saw the pizza thing was that episode of Jimmy Neutron. Where they brought the pizza to life.
When they brought the pizza to, yeah.
And it was like kind of just a horror movie. And since, they were in a haunted house, it just kind of makes sense to have a horror movie pizza.
Pizza.
Am I the only person who would just be like, yo, it's not a horror movie. That's delicious.
No, look, I would love
Eat
to.
the possessed pizza, get possessed by pizza.
I would love to see
Cheese on
that again.
everything.
I would love to see that again, and they have, and maybe they would have their musical guests that have worked with them do cameos as weird characters.
And Bruce Willis.
I'm just, what I want to see, if they do bring back the pizza, they need to do some holy marinara sauce. Like, that's how you depossess the pizza, is sprinkle it with holy marinara sauce.
Wow.
How do you make marinara sauce holy? Do you have the Pope bless it?
No, you boil the hell out of it.
Just add boiling water.
Oh man.
You have a vampire bless it?
So, are we all looking forward to the concept of a Gorillaz animated show?
Yeah.
For real? Yeah.
And they need to make a comic as well.
Yeah.
If they-
I'm surprised they haven't already.
If they haven't, Gorillaz,
Would you wait
I
for it?
will do the storyboard for this. I'm crazy as it is.
I am surprised we haven't already. Gorilla fans, let us know what you think of this album. What was your favorite track? What do you expect for their animated show? Thank you guys so much for helping me to review this whole thing, and we will see you in the near future, the very near future, with more talks, discussions, rants, all that great stuff on the brain. And with that, I am Elder Tenchi.
Ali Card.
What's up?
Hello, what's up? I've never met you before.
Well, I'm called Gravity.
Anyway, we bid you peace, love, and never be normal.